Hello again guys, and welcome to my second Redstone tutorial. Um, Today we're going to talk about travelling signals. Now this is the first example that I have here. So if I just make this into a little NOT gate, sorry, I should have prepared this earlier, but hey. Oh, there we go. We can see the signal travels this number of blocks, right? However, if I go into too many items, get a pickaxe. We can also see that the signal doesn't travel into this block here, because normally it would turn this block off, like we saw earlier. Now this one doesn't. Now, why doesn't it? Well, that's a very good question. Basically, redstone signals can only travel 15 blocks. So if you look up here, that's 7 plus 1 plus another 7, which is 15. So the signal ends here, basically. So the last time that you can get a signal is on this block that I'm standing on here. So this block doesn't actually get a signal. So how do we conquer this? Well, there's something called a repeater, which does this just fine, and it will extend the signal. So if I just put a repeater here, we'll see it extends into that block, turning that off now. Now, unfortunately, so yeah, this can well, after the repeater, this wire can travel another 15 blocks until you'll need another repeater. Now, unfortunately slash fortunately, these repeaters have a delay. Now, this can be good for some things and can be bad for other things. So, for example, here I'm going to make a little clock. Now this can be made using just repeaters. So this clock here can be made using repeaters. The reason why that these are on 4 ticks, which means it's got a 4-tick delay. If I increase this any further, it will just become an infinitely powered loop, which would be bad. But anyway, this is why delay is good, but also the delay can make computers, Minecraft computers and stuff like that, very, very slow. So you would hit a button and you couldn't press another button until, like, I don't know, 10 seconds later. Whereas, you know, I can press buttons all I like on my real life computer and it'll almost instantly respond. So that's the bad thing about delay, but this is the good thing. The good thing, we can make clocks. The bad thing, we can't make fast computers. However, there is a way of overcoming that delay, and I'll give you a little demonstration of that later. Right, the next thing I'm going to go on about is NOT gates, because these are essential to other types of signal travel, like vertical signal travel that you can see in the distance over there. This is a NOT gate. Basically what it does is it takes the input signal and turns and flips it into an output signal. So basically the off signal here corresponds to a on signal here. When we press the lever, this on signal now becomes an off signal after this NOT gate. And now we can see why this thing has been working. Because every time a signal goes into a block, it powers the block and thus the torch on top of it deactivates or activates depending on the 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 block, or not the block, on whether there's already power going into it, basically. So also I could put a lever on here, and this would flip this as well. But anyway, so this is the NOT gate. So we're just taking this bit here, extending it out by 1, putting the wire in, and putting it like this. Now, this type of NOT gate can have several benefits to another type of NOT gate, which is this one. For example, this can easily allow for vertical travel of signals. So up here we can have a thing like that, and it can allow that easily. However, this one over here cannot so easily. Basically, this one is exactly the same as this. It does exactly the same thing. So, but now the torch is on the side of the block. So again, we can see that our off corresponds to this one being off, because essentially it's two NOT gates, which is essentially also a repeater, which is good. And then these two ons makes an off. An on. So when this is on, that's on. When this is off, this is off. But this is the opposite of these two signals. That's basically what I'm trying to say. Now also, the NOT gate can be activated from above, like this. So, as shown here, this took me ages to work out. I wish someone had told me beforehand. But yeah, again, the same thing. The NOT gate can be activated from above. And the reason why these wires are up, two levers, sorry, is that to show you that signals can go either way, and this will still turn off. Right, on to vertical travel. Okay, so this one is the primary form of vertical travel, and was invented ages ago. I'm not really sure by who, but there you go. Again, this off here will correspond to, let's say, if I put another thing on top of this, and to that off up there. So if you see, currently they're both off. Go down here. Wait, can I? Yes. Currently this is off, and that one's off. When I activate this, this becomes this torch up there becomes on, as well as this wire. Another form of vertical transport is this one here. When this comes on, these come on. Now, something that you have to watch out about is this is great. Firstly, this is great for LCD screens and stuff like that, because if I just show you, these blocks here are the same as your signal here, and so this torch is powering this block here, and then your wire can come off it here. The reason why this is so good is it's the same. It's always one block apart vertically. So essentially you can have your LCD screen like this, and that's yeah, I need to just make a quick workaround. There we go. This is your LCD screen, a 2 by 1 LCD screen, not a very good one, I know, but it matches your signals, which is the main thing about this. So it's brilliant for making LCD screens. Now, this form of transport is a downward transport, and again, it can be made in several ways. This is the first way, and it's going down what 2 blocks at a time. No, more than 2 blocks at a time. Your actual signal here is only repeated again down here, so it actually takes quite a while for it to go down, relative to this one over here where it just takes 2 blocks. This one takes more like 5. However, this can also be compacted, so if we just see this working, you can see the detector over there in the distance there. So if we activate this, you can see it turns off there and on, and that bit comes on as well. Okay, this is just a bit more compact and vertically wise anyway. And here you have block, then redstone wire, which will power this one, which will send its power to there, which will power this one, etc. So again, this, see, on to on, off to off. Okay, so that's taking into account most forms of vertical redstone signal transfer. Right, this is the little gem of this video. It's called instant wire, and this uses a property of pistons, that when the piston pulls back, it's almost, well, actually no, just pistons in general are firstly longer than normal repeater blocks. This whole 3-block thing is all one single repeater. But one thing about pistons is that they retract almost instantly. So if I activate this, they almost instantly respond to the signal going into them. Now, if you put this redstone wire there, when your thing goes in, this is a sticky piston by the way, the torch underneath there powers this block, which powers this wire, just like over there with that vertical transport. So basically this is instant wire, and we can test this against this form of just normal transport. So if we activate this first, you can hear it's a bumpa, bumpa, bumpa. Wait, bumpa is very fast at sending the signals. You can hear the click of the dispenser. It's extremely fast. However, there's this one, which has more of a gap. So if we listen to this one again, to this one, this one is just slightly longer. Yet, if you imagine you have millions of these in a mega long distance, and this one comes out on top every time. You can make more complex versions of instant wire, which are actually instant, and I'll put links to those in the description. But for now, I'm going to move on. So one great property of wire and the NOT gate here is that it detects signals. So if this is broken, this constant wire here, if this wire is suddenly broken for some reason, an alert will come up. Basically, so this torch will light up whenever this wire is broken. So this is the idea. We want to blow up someone's house, and they're going to detect that we've blown up part of their house. Okay, so what you can effectively do is put your TNT there, and hopefully, I haven't tested this because I didn't want to destroy anything. When I hit this cable and the TNT blows up, it should blow a hole in the wire here, which should in turn turn that torch on. So let's see. There you go. As soon as this blew up, it made this light up. So I'm really quite glad that worked out first time round. And as you see, it works. So that's a great thing. It can also, over here, I'm going to show you my other little thing, which is pretty cool. So imagine for a moment that this here is like a little awesome redstone contraption which we don't want to destroy. But equally, we want to mine through this sort of wall here because we want to expand this room. So what do? We do this, and oh no, no! Oh wait, it's fine. It's fine. So, well, how did that work? Well, if I just squeeze through here, you can see the redstone wire coming through here, and that was depowering this NOT gate over there. That, in effect, unpowered this. When that was broken, it unpowered this, which unpowered all these pistons which were holding up this sand. And this was a fairly instant mechanism. So you can imagine this is a brilliant way of stopping water destroying your mine or whatever. If you know that that's possible. Because if you didn't know, water can also destroy minecart tracks. So if you have a minecart track, which at one point I did, and I flooded my mine and a ton of it was destroyed, I was really quite pissed off. If you were wondering how that redstone was going through the wall there, pardon me, it was using this mechanism here, where when you put a redstone current into a block, like so, it will power wire on the other side, and vice versa. If we put the wire here, sorry, and the repeater here, that'll also power. So that's what this was talking about. And yeah, basically, I think they are the only. Yep, they were the only two things that I was going to show you for this video. I have made more complex things. These things, especially these vertical travels, are definitely extremely useful. And the NOT gate, again, it's used in everything, pretty much. Anything complicated with redstone, you'll use some sort of NOT gate. Because the NOT gate is the prime principle of all the logic gates. Anyway, thanks a lot guys for watching this video, and my next video is going to be on AND gates, and there's a lot to say about AND gates and NAND gates, because, well, there's so many of them for starters, and they are incredibly useful. So, yeah, check out my next vid, guys. See ya.